Welcome to the Time Variance Authority. I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes.
Watch it. Where's your manners? Oh, hey, quit it. That is not nice.
You know, it's funny, when I have an audition for a character, they'll give me a drawing of the character, they'll give me a character description. Sometimes I'll get a show Bible to get a vibe of the show. Sometimes I'll get a full script. And that was not the case for Miss Minutes. I got very little information, just sides, which is a portion of the script. I remember calling my agent and saying, who is she? Is she AI? Is she sentient? And even she couldn't give me that information. So I didn't know what show I was auditioning for, and I didn't know who she was until I was working on it. And I was very excited to find out what it was. And then when I was on the Zoom with Kate Herron, who is such a visionary and so brilliant, it was intriguing and fun and exciting and a little scary to dive into who Miss Minutes really is. We don't know who she is. She's never been in the comics. We don't know her origin story. We don't know what her intentions really are. And I think that's another thing that's really beautiful about this character, is it really keeps you guessing the entire time.
I'm Miss Minutes, and it's my job to catch you up before you stand trial for your crimes. So settle in.
Now hang on just a minute.
Oh, she's just a character giving exposition in a pre-recorded video, and then suddenly in the next episode she's holographic and jumping around the desk with Loki. And so how much does she know? How sentient is she? How much does she have a horse in this race? And I learned as I went along how much she knew, how involved or not involved she was, how important she was. And it's still an ever-learning process. And I couldn't even answer for you if I wanted to, because she's someone that's constantly growing. And I think that really is why she's become so intriguing to the fans.
Long ago, there was a vast multiversal war. Countless unique timelines battled each other for supremacy, nearly resulting in the total destruction of, well, everything.
I myself was surprised and also so delighted by how quickly the fans took her in and loved her. And I felt like the love for her before the show even aired. People seemed to love her from the trailers. And certainly if it was something they wanted to explore in the MCU, in any realm, I would go along for that ride. And I think she's interesting enough to take it.
What if the void isn't the end? What if there's something beyond it?
Whenever I'm developing a character, I don't think, oh, she's a clock, or she's a dog, or she's a horse. I think she's a human, and she's in this world, and she's living these moments, and it's a very organic, authentic process. So if she's experiencing something, you know, with this show, I got to watch it live, I got to imagine the emotions in my mind and really experience all these moments. So I'm not thinking in my head, is this going to sound like a talking clock? I'm thinking, you know, I'm in this moment, and hopefully that translates.
But don't worry. To make sure that doesn't happen, the Timekeepers created the TVA and all its incredible workers.
No, I didn't actually get to see her until I worked on the job. And even then, it was beautiful and surprising and exciting. And luckily it was already completed, so I got to see it in its entirety. You know, the music's done, the lighting is done. It's a complete, beautiful package that I got to sort of jump in and play with.
Thanks for visiting the TVA. Don't hesitate to let us know how we're doing.
I find myself like waiting for her to show up. I think it's so fun, and she provides this. The show has a lot of comedy in it, but it's like this, her own unique spin of comedy. She's in her own reality that's joining this reality. And I think that they've done it so masterfully. It's tricky to bring an animated character into an on-camera world, particularly one that's already so established and beloved. And I find myself like excited to see her and what she's going to do next.
Oh, there's no such thing as an alligator tag. Besides, it's a better metaphor. He's overly sensitive like the rest of us.
Hang on. You're telling me that thing's a Loki too?
Oh, yes.
A Loki is somebody who is always on the outside looking in. And if that means, say, the god of mischief, or the version that I was given to do, the god of outcasts, I identify with that. And anybody who has felt on the outside disenfranchised, prejudiced against, transgendered against, or whatever way that you haven't felt that you've been included in the conversation, then Loki is the god for you. So I love that about him. Because I think that, you know, I'm the oldest person on the set, I'm the oldest actor, and because I've been around so long, I understand this thing that you start getting to the point where the fire of your life is on the wane. You're on the, you know, you're twinkling out. So handing over the baton to the next generation or to your child or whatever, you know, that is just part and parcel of the cycle of life, the circle of life. So it seems to me that as he'd been so isolated as an outcast on these planets for so long, and is even willing to come back and betray himself, you know, be arrested by the TVA in order to contact his estranged brother again and make the ultimate sacrifice to Asgard. I understand that. But emotionally, I think that is what happens and makes you vulnerable. And, you know, you make the heroic sacrifice at the end of your life. I get that completely.
Tell them your story, Loki.
Me? Nobody wants to hear about that.
Why not? As you've just pointed out, anything is possible. And my dream is that I come back with a muscle suit instead of that, you know, the Kermit version that I had with no muscles. And I get, because I'm the only person that can talk to and interpret Alligator, that, you know, Alligator and I have a sub series to go on at like 4 o'clock in the morning in, I don't know, wherever, Wichita.
Animals! We lie and we cheat. We cut the throats of every person who trusts us. And for what? Power. Glorious power. Glorious purpose.
Because I was so excited because I was very familiar with the Jack Kirby illustrations of the 60s and saw the beautiful costume design with my head on it with muscles and stuff. And I thought, great, I'm going to get to Atlanta, put on a muscle suit, then the green tights and everything over it. And then I said to them, where's the muscle suit? And they said, what do you mean the muscle suit? And I said, well, I've got to have muscles. These are your drawings. These are the illustrations. I said, no, you don't have any muscle suit. So I kvetched about that a lot because that's what I want. I wanted muscles because I've been born without any.
Approaching Alioth is a death sentence. We'll get you to it, but that's as far as we go.
It seemed to me like you got his full story because the end is so fantastically catastrophic. But, you know, Kevin Feige probably has other ideas, so I have no idea. You know, I literally know nothing.